Good afternoon. I've always seen pictures like this of the Earth. I thought, oh, that looks pretty neat. It looks pretty neat seeing all the levels and stuff like that. But what I didn't realize was that that's man-made and they're more or less raping the Earth. I don't like that term at all. I don't, but the Earth is a very sacred place. It is, but we have big corporations with great big gigantic equipment that literally chip away and remove it parts of the earth piece by piece in certain areas until there's nothing left to remove. And then once she's all been used up in that area, they go to another area and start using that area up too. Let me come over here to my channel if you're just tuning in. This is a very different topic. I wasn't even going to do it on this topic. I really wasn't, but I did. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, Apple Brooks, honey. Yeah, so this is really interesting. There's this big gigantic company called Rio Tinto. They've been all over the place. And I want to show you what they did. If you have not heard of them, this is what they do. They did something in Australia. Okay, look what they did. If you live in Australia, and destroyed a 46,000-year-old ancient site. They did not even consult the Aboriginals. They did not consult, but you know what? They got ministerial approval to go in and destroy a 46,000-year-old sacred Aboriginal site in Australia. And the way the law is written, when you have certain articles, certain sections of the law, one is able to go into the other and override it. And they don't even consult with the original landowners, like in Australia. They didn't consult with the Aboriginal landowners because according to their laws, the mining company, if it has part of a land contract, then it's like considered an owner. So they just went right over, and you just 46,000-year-old Aboriginal site. Let me show you what they do. Let's see if I can do this. If they let me come in here, let me get over here in it. Yeah, it's they're sorry. They said they're so sorry for destroying it. If this will let me take it to there, look. They're so sorry for destroying the Aboriginal caves that went back for 46,000 years. 46,000 years. And they also found a braided strand of hair. Look at this. Look at this. Artifacts found, listen what they did. Australia's oldest human remains head home in this area. Ancient stories record the natural world. The miners they literally desecrated the Aboriginal site, all in the name of progress, is what they did. All in the name of progress. The artifacts showed a direct link, okay? They include a belt made of human hair, which an analysis of that showed a direct link going back 4,000 years, okay? 4,000 years, and the prehistoric cave dwellers. This is a devastating blow. A devastating blow, they said, if you live in there. There are less than a handful of known Aboriginal sites in Australia that are as old as this one, and its importance cannot be underestimated. This is really sad because you know what? There was lots of petroglyphs and stuff. Lots of petroglyphs in this cave. Let me show you some of them if I can get over to it, you all. It really is sad, but you know what? Look at this. Look at this petroglyphs. They destroyed Rio Tinto Zinc. See, they got different branches of their company. Destroys the ancient rock pictures of aliens. Well, you know what? We would love to have seen those aliens. We would have, because why do you want to destroy ancient pictures of aliens, you all. Let me see if they'll take us to it. So let's read what they have to say. Of alien beings in Australia. And Australia, it's a great big area. It really is. If you're just tuning in, hello and good morning, everyone. I hope this is all right. This is a little different, but it has aliens in it, and I think that ties right into here. It really does. Actually, I just now seen this when I came on here. So Rio Tinto zinc destroys the ancient rock pictures of alien beings in Australia. Did you see that in the news? I never heard of nothing like that in the news. Did you hear anything like that in the news? And if you're in Australia, did you see that in your news? Did you? Talking about the aliens destroyed the petroglyphs of the aliens? No, I don't think that's very nice. So how come all the historical sites that tell us of humanity's true history continually face demolition, whether at the hands of ISIS, destroying the ancient statues? Let me put myself on here. Destroying the ancient statues of the real King Jesus in Palmyra, or Rio Tinto zinc blasting, ancient Aboriginal sites in Australia from tens of thousands of years ago. Under an agreed negotiating procedure with RTZ, the Aborigines revealed the location of one of their most precious sites. These were cave dwellings where pictures of strange-looking beings were located, alien beings. And these were the same aliens who created the Aboriginal race through genetic modification, and the Aborigines still hold onto folk memory of these beings and their own creation and their long history in Australia, which they call the dream time. So we can see this right here, you all. Pictures of their aliens, historically significant and sacred sites. They go in and they destroy. They destroy the earth. They rape the earth. They destroy any history that might be deemed as a threat to them. There is a superpower behind what is happening, a very powerful power, supernatural is what I should say. I should say there is a supernatural power that does not like humanity, that is, excuse my word, hell-bent on destroying the sacred, the history. It is. Let's come back to here, you all, because this is kind of upsetting. They call it the dream time. What's happened here? Well, that might not be that's just an advertisement. But they apologize for the sacred site blasts. They did. They're seeking forgiveness. It's a little late now. It's a little late now when you destroy knowing. What I think they knew what was there. I really do. There's somebody who knew what was there. Look at this. So they were given permission to carry out the blast back in 2013 under Section 18 of the Aboriginal Heritage Act. So it's 40,000. These caves, the Yukon Gorge Caves, dates back more than 46,000 years. 46,000 years, you all. And oh my goodness. So look, this is partnership with the PKKP, followed a heritage approval process for more than 10 years. And in 2014, they performed a large-scale exercise in the Yukon area to preserve significant cultural heritage artifacts, recovering approximately 7,000 objects. But they did. They took and blasted the area. So now there's nothing left. There's really not much left once you blast it. Any evidence of a history could be like really sketchy then when you go through there and you blast it, which is not right. It's really not right. So look at this. So they, a sacred apology for the sacred blast. Yeah. So yeah, you all, it's really not nice what happened. It's not, but let's look at these, some of these areas. Let me see. They destroyed it. Had pictures of alien life on the petroglyphs. This is just one of many places. You all, let's look at some. Look at this. Is what did they do? Now, see, that looks really interesting. When you see levels like this, it kind of reminds me of how did people way back when, have the technology to make levels and stuff. Look at that machine down there, literally digging deep into the earth, all in the name of progress. They destroy another, they destroy another 124 Aboriginal sites. They could. No, I don't want, let me look at it. They could destroy another 124 Aboriginal sites that are heritage sites in Australia. See, they could. They probably will. Once they're done there, I think they're in Africa too. I think they've also been in Brazil and places like that. I think they have a path of destruction all over the place. But yeah, so there's lots of lightning strikes also in Australia. Look at some of these pictures of what they're doing. Their Rio Tinto boss resigns over the destruction of the ancient site. So, no, get that off of there, you all. So let me see if I can get that off of there. It resigned. The Rio Tinto boss resigned over the destruction. And he should have, because that's horrific. The CEO announced its resignation, and two of the top lieutenants. Okay, they got lieutenants in that company. Wow, that sounds very military-like. It does, doesn't it, you all? The top lieutenants is military-like. The resignation of its CEO and two top lieutenants Friday over the mining giants. See, it's giants. So what? Okay, let's see. Mining giants. Could it be like the giants of old? That spirit, that supernatural spirit, that immortal spirit that gets into the people? Could be. In order to expand an iron ore mine in Australia, they felt it was necessary. See, and these people are expendable. So that's okay. They don't care if the CEO resigns and two top lieutenants. At least they did what they wanted to do. I'm thinking that's what they think in their eyes. Yeah, they can do it. May 24th, and they stepping down by mutual agreement. Look at that. Their iron ore division, you all. The cultural significance. Look what they've done in order to do that. So, yeah, that's not nice. Wow. The dig uncovered the oldest example of bone tools in Australia, a sharpened kangaroo bone. Okay, a sharpened kangaroo bone dating back 28,000 years. Well, who do you think might have sharpened that kangaroo bone? Could it have been some human-like being? I think it could have. So if the earth is only 6,000 years old, according to the Bible, then how come they got this stuff right here, you all? And I think they don't want us to know. Mankind has been around since around 28,000 years ago, and quite possibly, more than likely, even longer. 28,000 years ago. DNA testing linked to the indigenous people still living in the area. See, that's the thing. I don't think they want the indigenous people, pure-blooded indigenous people anymore. I really don't. I think they want to create their own race of being. You may say, Gina, who are they? It's the supernatural power that's behind everything. It really is. It isn't like, I guess they're tired of the human race. I really guess they are. They want their own people. They want their own race. They really do. So just destroy and then just start over. That's what it seems like. Destroy everything and just start over. I hope you all got this on here. So look at this. An internal company review that the series of decisions and actions and omissions over an extended period of time. They went to this thing that only provides stuff for like 2 years, but it's been going on for a lot longer than 2 years. They said, I think it was been going on for 13 or 14 years. No, 36 years. 36 years, you all. Look at that. It really is sad. Look at that. So this is neat. Okay, so I think also, wasn't it, I wonder how many companies from different countries are here in Australia. You know, they got a lot of stuff going on there. A whole lot of stuff. Yeah, so mining giant. This is giant of old. Right there you are. And you know, that's sad. The CEO is since 2016. Well, too bad. Too bad. They rent it, you all. They really did. They rent it for the people. Yeah, so let's look at this. Rock art. Where's the rock art? It looks like it's a big heap of rocks now. Aboriginal painting engraving sites are unique and irreplaceable. Look at that. They disregarded it, is what they did. Totally disregarded it. It's like rock art right here, you all. Yeah. French company buying well rights to water. Yeah, look at this mammoth of a machine. My gosh, look at that. Massive monsters. A $36 million Rio Tinto to fight a $360 million Australian tax bill. I think you should pay that tax bill. I really do. Yeah, look at that. Right in there. Well, BHP Billiton and Rio Tinto's flood the market. What did you flood the market with? That's what we want to know. What did you flood the market with, Rio Tinto? Oh, yeah. So look at this. So they went in. Forget about the people of Australia. Rio Tinto's flood the market tactics and threaten Australia's prosperity. That's why you ain't prosperous, because we've got giants of old who aren't through with the earth. Look, iron ore is the bedrock of our economy. Like wool after the world wars and gold before the Federation, iron ore is now the single most important income generation for our nation. But the price of our nation's biggest export earner has halved in 6 months, and it threatens the standard of living for every single Australian. Wow, for every $1 fall in the price of iron ore, Australian economy loses $800 million in foreign income, you all. Foreign income. Look at that. That's a lot. Iron ore. Wow. So, and I'm not saying that companies don't, having investors coming into your company, in your country, your city, your state, it doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't help boost the economy, but there is a price to pay for everything. There really is a big price to pay. And as it looks like here, you know, the history is, that's the price you're going to pay. Your history is going to get erased. And look what it does to the rivers. Look at this. Still pollutant. Let me do this. I did take some pretty pictures. I did. Let's look at this, Shua, because we want to look at it. Is what we want to look at. Just one moment, please. While we look at this, I was going to do a video on the Rio Tinto River and stuff. But I thought, wow, look at that river. It turns blood red and stuff. You know, you hear things about the river turning blood red and things like that. Okay, so I was going to do it about the Rio Tinto River is what I was going to do. And let me have this back here. You all just wait one moment, because I'm going to show what I was going to show. I am, because the pictures they're beautiful, but yet you have to look at this Rio Tinto. If I can get myself together, I'm going to try to get myself together, you all. This is the Rio Tinto River. It's red. Let's look at that. In right here in Spain, look at that. You know, there's a lot of activity going on over there too. You got some lightning strikes and stuff going on over there. That whole area. This is like from today. Look at all the earthquakes and stuff. The earth is under extreme pressure, extreme stress. Sure, the earth is crying out, and it would have every right to be. If you've been abused for thousands of years, I'm sure you too would cry out with it. So we can just look at that, you all. Yes, Apple Brooks. Yes, thank you so much, Apple Brooks, honey. You gotta go. That's okay. You can go. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's beautiful, but Oh my gosh. They've dried up all the stuff, you all. Yeah. Looks apocalyptic, is what it looks. Yeah. Yes, the earth is crying out. You live on the earth and I live on the earth, so it's not nice. It isn't. It's like the sky, the redness in the sky and stuff like that. Iron what? Iron oxide or something? Iron dust in the sky? Yes, this is a one good thing about Google Earth. You can zoom up. Look at that. They dug that deep into the earth. Look what they did to the land. Every place around it, they just got what they could, scraped whatever they could scrape, is what they did. Enoch is born, yeah, look at that redness. I wouldn't want to drink that water either. It is. Sandy Wallace, it's not. It's not as it should be. But you have the good in the world and then you have the bad. I wonder if the animals can drink that water. Yeah. Yes, Rudolfo. Yes. Looked like some of these look like an off-planet site, like another planet. Yes, we need more love. We do. It's beautiful, but it's apocalyptic. Well, it's a beautiful piece of art. I mean, you can. Oh my goodness! At what price? I don't think anybody would. If you have a pond, I don't think you'd want to have your pond looking like this. Or a creek running through your property, or a river. You wouldn't want to see your river like this, would you? I think I would prefer the all natural look of the river. Look, prohibited. Yeah, the waters will turn to blood. Well, this is what they would kind of look like with the iron and stuff. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that looks pretty cool though? It looks like it's but you yeah, it does. It looks kind of wild looking, you all. That's my little rant about the Mother Earth and the big corporation going in and taking what they can. And when they took all they took from a certain area, they'll go to another area and they'll take some more. Yeah. Excuse me. It's sad. It really is sad. I'm just going to tell you, it is sad. The earth not only suffers, the people suffer, and the animals suffer. Okay, and I'm sure the quality of air is not good either. I'm sure it's a great big polluter. Think it's the biggest polluter, the big corporations. They are. But that's okay. One day the destruction of Earth will stop. Okay, it will, and that day can't come soon enough. So, Kelly, honey, I know it's sad. It made me upset. It really did make me upset. I'm looking at the destruction of sites, but you know, it is true. They have these wars at times, and then all of this stuff gets destroyed. Ancient artifacts, ancient history, ancient sites, monuments, caves, all of it. Boom, just like the mud fossils and stuff like that. All of that history just gets buried and destroyed. Hello. I am going to go, you all. I just want to take this time to thank you for joining in and watching this. And it's sad what's happening, and it's not done yet. It's not done yet, but one day it will be done. I hope I'm here to see that day. I really do. If not in physical form, maybe in spiritual form. I hope I am. I really do. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, King of Ahukamundo. Yes, so you all, I'm going to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And you can look into this company. You can look into all those big companies, what they've done to the earth and the sacred sites. Yeah. Have a wonderful afternoon. Love you.